Welcome back to At the Mic with Michael Schumacher, brought to you by JR's Oasis. It's more than a fuel station, more than a convenience store. It is your one-stop travel shop on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion and Yankton. And today we're talking a little Mount Marty women's basketball with one of the signees that'll be entering their freshman year coming up this fall with Sadie Marshall. Sadie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am better than I deserve. And first things first, did you find your cat safe and sound?
I did, in fact, find my cat.
All right.
Thank you for asking.
Excellent. Well, I should have asked that before, but, cats and dogs, my parents live on a farm south of Crofton, so in northeast Nebraska. And, they're older, and their dog gets out every once in a while off the leash. And so I've headed out there to track it down on a farm many a time. So I totally understand missing a phone call based on an animal getting out, because they're part of the family. In fact, oftentimes they're more loved than human family, aren't they?
That's right.
So, nope, cannot fault you for that. But I tell you what, Sadie, why don't you take a moment to tell everyone a little bit about yourself, you, your family, hobbies, interests, and then the path that led you to sign with Mount Marty.
My name is Sadie Marshall. I went to Rapid City Christian for high school. My family, I have two other siblings, an older brother and a younger sister. The path that led me to Mount Marty, or I guess some of my hobbies are, I like hiking or running, kind of anything to do with that, anything outdoorsy. I like art, and I play guitar as well. The path that led me to Mount Marty, I went to one of Coach Bertram's camps that he had here in the area, and I just remember kind of interacting with him and just really thinking like, this is the coach I want to play for. And so, I ended up going on an official visit, and I just loved the campus, and I felt like I kind of belonged there. So that's kind of how I ended up committing to Mount Marty.
All right. Well, do you know what you want to study while you're at Mount Marty?
Yeah, I want to study to be a radiologic technician. So, they have me enrolled in that program as of right now. And, I'll start that coming up here in a month.
All right. Excellent. So let's unpack a little bit of this. So you went to Rapid City Christian. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And Rapid City Christian over the last few years has produced quite a bit of talent. So what has that been like? Because you've had a lot of great players that you've played with and played against. How do you think that maybe has made you even an even better player?
Yeah, I think it was really good because I had a lot of good competition that kind of just allowed me to progress as a player and just get better. And obviously it was hard at times, but it was definitely good in the long run just by challenging me and, making me a better player overall.
Well, in this most recent season, you were one of the few seniors on the team. There weren't a ton, and you ultimately lost in the Sodak 16 to a Lakota Tech team that showed that they were really good this season as well.
Yeah.
So you kind of met that brick wall. But otherwise, you guys had a really successful season. How did you feel about this year? Because honestly, in Class A, the only teams you lost to were really good teams: Lakota Tech, Makpialuta, St. Thomas More. And West River really, I think, especially in Class A girls basketball, showed that they're the equal to anybody East River. And I think sometimes we forget that just because we have a lot of East River media over here. Do you feel like your senior year was pretty productive on that level?
Yeah, I thought we had a great season this year. Definitely one of the best that we've had in a long time. I agree that we really kind of were able to match against some of the East River teams, especially like Sioux Falls Christian. We had a great game against them, and just different teams like that. I thought we were able to really come together as a team and play. We had really good team chemistry and team culture this year, so I definitely think that played a big part. But overall, I thought we had a great season. Obviously, it didn't end the way we wanted it to, but in the grand scheme of things, I thought it was a really good season. So.
All right. Well, we're going to talk more basketball, but you say you like to hike and go running. So, obviously you're out in Rapid City. You're not that far from both northern and southern hills. Do you have favorite places that you like to go hiking?
I'd say anywhere around like the Pactola area is always just super pretty. Just different places like that, honestly. Like any of the lakes, you can go hiking around there. There's a bunch of really cool spots. So those are kind of my go-to. And running, I just kind of run in my neighborhood.
Okay.
I don't really go anywhere cool for that. I feel like it'd be fun to go trail running, so I might have to get into that. But yeah.
Because people run the Mickelson Trail, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
I have yet to do that as well.
Okay.
Well, definitely on my bucket list. So.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, because I lived out in Rapid for probably about 7 years, and I found living out there, I don't think I fully embraced or enjoyed what it offered until I was gone. It's like when I went out there, I'm like, oh yeah, there's this and there's that, and then when I was there, I was living life. I didn't take advantage of it. And now that I'm back here, I've been back here for about a decade and a half. I'm like, man, I wish I'd done this while I was out there. I wish I'd done that while I was out there.
Yeah.
Do you find that life kind of gets in the way of enjoying maybe what your community offers you sometimes?
Oh, definitely. Because I'll have different friends or family who will come down here and they'll be like, there's so much to do here and like it's so beautiful. And I kind of just realize like I don't, like you said, like I don't take advantage of it as much as I should be. And so, yeah, I definitely can relate to you there for sure.
Well, and I have a feeling now, once you've been away and you're at Mount Marty, and then when you go home, I have a feeling it's going to be one of those things where maybe you're like, oh yeah, let's go do this, and get your family prodded and get them doing that with you. So awesome.
Oh, definitely.
You said you have siblings. Now, are they athletes as well, or are you kind of that unicorn in the family?
They both are athletes. My older brother, he just finished his freshman year at South Dakota Mines, so he played football there. He did end up redshirting this year, but so he plays football there. And then my little sister, she's big into volleyball and track. She did play basketball this last year as well. So yeah, overall, I'd say we're definitely a very like sports-focused family for sure. We've always been like my parents have always encouraged us to like be involved in sports and stuff like that, just because of how many benefits it has. So yeah, and then both of my parents were athletes. My dad played at CU. He played football there. So it's definitely been a big part of our family for sure.
All right. And so where did your dad play football?
Colorado University.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, interesting. Okay. Yeah, not exactly a small time. That's kind of cool. So, So what's his thought on the Deion Sanders era so far?
I haven't really asked him much about it, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, excellent. Well, and the last thing I want to touch on before we kind of get into some icebreakers and stuff is you say you like art and you also play guitar. Do you feel, what's kind of your go-to for art? Painting, drawing, sketching? What do you like to do?
I'd say sketching and painting are probably my two that I go to most. I haven't really done much of it in past years, but I definitely need to get into it more. Because I used to draw all the time, and now I've gotten a lot busier in the years past, so I need to like incorporate it some more. But yeah,
completely understand. Do you think you'd ever enroll or take an art class at Mount Marty? I mean, they have a great arts program, whether it's theater or art. So
yeah, I think I would like to. I think I would really enjoy that. So maybe next semester I'll have to see what my class schedule looks like. Yeah, I think that would be really fun.
Awesome. All right. Well, like I said, I want to talk some basketball, but I always like to ask some icebreakers. They're fairly nonsensical, low-hanging fruit. You willing to answer a few of those?
Sure, absolutely.
All right. First one is one final meal. What would you want to have?
I'd say any kind of Alfredo. Like, it doesn't matter, like chicken, shrimp, I don't care. I love Alfredo, so I'd definitely say that for sure.
All right. Is it made by anyone specific or from anywhere specific?
Olive Garden is always a good option.
It is. Now,
yeah, for sure.
Okay, Olive Garden. Are you getting salad or soup?
I love their salad, so probably salad.
Yeah, me too. And you get the full peppers, the pepperoncinis, the full thing. That's awesome. And, the salad's amazing. And then, of course, breadsticks, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And you use breadsticks to sop up the extra Alfredo sauce?
I do, personally.
Yeah, see, same here. I mean, it's just a sign of respect to the chef, in my opinion.
Exactly.
All right, excellent. Now, you play guitar, so you have to enjoy music to a certain level. So let me ask you this. If you could see any three musical artists from throughout history, so living or dead, live in concert, who would you want to see?
Let's see. There's quite a few. I'd say, honestly, I think it'd be really cool to see Elvis Presley. Oh, and Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson for dead. But then also kind of more modern day, I would love to go see Noah Kahan. I'm a big fan of his music, and I think it would just be super cool to see him in concert. But
see, I like him too.
And then,
I like him too. My daughter's got me into him. She lives down in North Carolina now, and yeah, she's been sharing a lot of his and Mumford & Sons music with me. So I've gotten back into.
Oh yeah, Mumford & Sons is really good too.
They are, especially because they've gotten back to their roots. They went a little rock there for a while, which is fine. But man, I love the Mumford & Sons sound. So Noah Kahan and Mumford & Sons are big on my list too. So all right, I like that. I like that. Now, you mentioned Michael Jackson. Did you get a chance to see the movie?
I didn't. I've heard it's super good, and I want to go see it, but I haven't had the chance to yet. So I'll have to get some friends together and go do that.
Well, exactly. You know what's so funny is, I mean, the movie did really well, and I've heard really good things about it. And a lot of people mention Michael Jackson as one of their concerts that they'd want to go to. And I asked that question, and not a single athlete that I've interviewed has had a chance to go see the movie yet. So it's like,
really,
it feels like there's going to be a whole second life to that once it's, able to, and maybe you could stream it now. I guess I'm not quite sure, but it feels like there's going to be a whole second life because it feels like there's a whole fan base that hasn't had a chance to watch it yet. So
yes, I agree.
Well, that'll be amazing. All right. Well, if you could travel back one time to any point in the Earth's history and be guaranteed safe return, to when would you travel and why?
Ooh, definitely like the dinosaur age. I don't know. I just want to see a dinosaur in person. So I think that would be pretty cool. As long as I'm not like getting eaten or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty cool.
If they can't eat you or squish you, I feel like that's amazing. You can get up in there because so much of what we think we know is guessing, but educated guessing, but still, it's based off bones and some surmising. But like
exactly, yeah.
What I love is even the sound. Voice boxes have either deteriorated or they didn't have them, and it's more of an echo chamber. So we don't know what they sounded like, but we've seen enough Jurassic Park movies that we think we do, and so I think that would be the most intriguing as well. Plus, they've posited out there that the T-Rex might have had feathers, which would be really interesting.
And that's what I'm wondering too. If like different dinosaurs maybe would look like differently than what we've speculated. So that would just be really cool to see.
I think so as well. Plus, an unmolested Earth. See what I'm sure the bugs are like the size of your head. I'm sure.
Oh my gosh.
but they can't kill you. So
that's right.
We're okay. So all right, I love that. Now, finally, as you've gone through life, this can be a celebrity, it can be an athlete, it can be somebody close to home, and if you have more than one answer, that's totally fine. But as you go through life, who is someone or are some people that you hold up as examples and say, if I can live my life like her or him, I'm going to consider myself a success?
I'd say definitely from like the athletic point of view, I'd say Sydney McLaughlin. Yeah, she's like one of the greatest 400-meter runners in history, 400-meter hurdler.
Yeah.
But she's still like so humble and kind of just attributes all of her success to God. And like as a Christian, I definitely look up to that and I admire that, and that's who I kind of want to replicate as I go through my athletic career and just life in general. So yeah, that's definitely one person that I kind of try to hold as an example for sure.
Well, and she's so open with her faith. It's not even like, oh yeah, I happen to be Christian. She's very, very faith forward, and I really enjoy that about her. So no, that's a great answer. Always willing to attribute her success to God and to coaches and to, she almost lists, it's almost like she lists herself last every time she says, oh yeah, this is due to all these other people. It's like, well, so I think that's an amazing person to look up to. So, all right. Well, you did great on the icebreakers. I really appreciate that. You okay if we wrap up talking a little basketball?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So you talked about that relationship with Coach Bertram, and you just mentioned your faith. Was that something you were looking for in a school? Is a school that had a faith foundation and a coach that could help you embrace that as well?
I'd say so, yeah. That was kind of something that it wasn't like a deal breaker if they weren't a Christian faith-based school, but that was something that I would like to have. And so I'd say that is also something that kind of drew me to Mount Marty as well. Like personally, I'm not Catholic, but most of the virtues are still like the same. And so that was definitely something that drew me, to Mount Marty. And then obviously having a coach that is involved in that as well is definitely a plus for sure.
All right. And Coach Bertram is a coach that has a rich history in coaching and teaching and just being that mentor, not just with X's and O's, but with skills. Were you familiar with his background before you started looking at Mount Marty?
I had just heard from one of my friends, her older cousin had played at Mount Marty, and she had just said that, he had been like, well, she had just heard a lot of good things about him. She didn't personally have him as a coach, but she had heard like great things about him. And then I'd heard that he had coached at Central, and I talked to a couple of the girls there, and like they just said he was great. And I've just heard so many great things about him, and that was, definitely something that I thought was very significant, that you had like so many people saying all these good things about him. I was like, well, it must be true then. So that was definitely something that also drew me to the school for sure.
All right. And they're coming off one of their more successful seasons in a number of years. They knocked off, they took down a couple of ranked teams, played really well. I don't think they got as far as they were hoping, but, and they're graduating. They graduated some talent, but a lot of young talent coming in, whether it's freshmen like yourself or some high-level transfers who will be coming in either the full season, maybe at semester. As far as yourself, what do you envision your role on this team being? I'm not going in like expecting anything, because I feel like that's kind of a lot of times can be a very like disappointing like attitude to have, I guess. So I just want to be a part of something bigger and just be able to help the team in any way I can, whether that's, just encouraging from the bench, or whether I do end up getting playing time. I really just want to kind of help the team in any way possible. And so, I would love to get playing time, but if it doesn't happen this season, that's perfectly fine, because, I have quite a few more years to develop my game and just keep working on myself as a player. And so, that's kind of just the mentality I have going in. Not really expecting anything, but I'll be super, super grateful if I do get playing time for sure. All right. And you play, are you coming in as a guard? What's your skill set, and what do you think your strengths are, and what are some things that you'd like to work on?
I'd say I can kind of play wherever I'm put. I played mostly guard in high school. They put me at post sometimes, but I'm good with whichever position I'm put in. So, I'd say some of my strengths, is getting to the bucket on a drive. I'm a pretty decent shooter as well, and so those are kind of a couple of my strengths. My weaknesses is I tend to be a very slow decision maker sometimes, and so that can definitely be a big detriment. So I definitely need to work on just making quick decisions. So I'd say those are my strengths and weaknesses, I guess.
All right. And, I've seen a little bit different numbers. So what height are you? Because I read 5'9". That's pretty good for a guard, especially at the NAIA level.
I'd say I'm 5'10",
wow.
In basketball shoes at least.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
And wow, that could be really an advantage as a guard. Dribble, drive, penetrate at 5'9", 5'10". That's awesome. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. So when do you so I know you've been to campus. You guys have done some stuff over the summer. And you're back home now. When do you report and stay?
Yeah, so official move-in day is August 27th. So I have about a month and a half still here to kind of get ready for that. But, so that's when we officially go down there and get everything moved into the dorms.
All right, excellent. Any big plans for the rest of the summer, though?
Not really, just a lot of basketball and work, basically.
All right, where are you working this summer?
I'm at Bear Country. I've been there for the past 3 summers now. And so actually one of my teammates is going to be playing with me at Mount Marty And one of my good friends, Bryn Casey, her dad is a part owner. So that's kind of how I got involved in it.
Okay.
But,
All
yeah,
right.
I love the job. I love all my coworkers. So it's awesome.
All right. So who's her dad?
Mike Casey.
Okay. All right. I don't think I knew
Yep.
Mike. I knew Sean, and I knew a few of the other Caseys when I was out there. So awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Bear Country. Absolutely
Yeah,
loved
it's
it.
really cool.
It is. So that has to be an amazing summer job. So
It's really fun, yeah.
that probably makes the summer go by a little quicker. Well, that's awesome. Well, Sadie, I'm so glad we were able to make this work. I'm glad the cat is okay, and I'm so glad you're going to be a Mount Marty Lancer. And I
Yeah,
hope
me too.
I hope it's not the last time we touch base, but otherwise we will definitely be seeing you around, and looking forward to seeing you playing for the Lancers.
Yes, me as well.
Hey, thank you so much. You have yourself a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your summer, and best of luck with everything.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was Sadie Marshall of Rapid City Christian High School. She was a Rapid City Christian Lady Comet and a Class A school. They had a really nice season. They just met a buzzsaw on Lakota Tech. They beat Sioux Falls Christian last year. Their only losses on the season were to St. Thomas More, Makpialuta, and Lakota Tech. So, two of those three teams went to state. Two of those three teams did really well at state. And so, nice season, just couldn't quite get over the hump. And that, that's part of the benefit or the life lessons that come with basketball and sports as a whole. Looking forward to bringing you more Mount Marty Lancers and bringing you some coverage this school year as just highlighting some of the athletes, as Mount Marty is such an integral part to Yankton and Yankton to Mount Marty. So we love to highlight all of that. And that's part of our GPAC coverage. We bring you the GPAC report every Monday through Friday during the school year as Corey Westra, the executive director of the GPAC, sends those out, little 2-minute updates during the football season. We also have a football GPAC update on Saturdays as part of the USD Coyote pregame show on Classic Hits. So love bringing you that as well. All right, we'll be back with more. This is At the Mic with Michael Schumacher, brought to you by JR's Oasis. More than a fuel station, more than a convenience store. It's your one-stop travel shop on Fox Sports Radio.